Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the NASCAR Thunder 2004 Daytona 500, the season opening race, points race that is, for this season. Our first of 2 seasons on the channel. For some reason, it looks like we're having a really bad internet lag right here, so you guys are going to have to bear with me as far as how that will go throughout the course of the race. Tim Irvin called 88. Welcome to the stream. $80.22. Welcome to the stream also. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We were having a little bit of lagging issues in our Gatorade Duel about an hour and a half ago, but we are going to get set for the Daytona 500 this time around, regardless of the fact of what may happen today. So bear with me with the technical difficulties, and hopefully we can somehow find a way to get faster internet here in the next couple of races going forward. But without further ado, we are going to get things underway. Just to recap real quickly, Greg Biffle won the pole for the Daytona 500, went on backing that up with a win in the Gatorade Duel earlier this season, or earlier today. And that sets the starting lineup for today's Daytona 500,
the NASCAR Winston Cup Series premier event. This is Joe Moore, and I'm with Barney Hall to bring you live flag-to-flag coverage on MRN. This track is known by everyone, race fan or not. But for these race teams, it's a glory all its own when you can get a win here.
Well, you're right. To have your name mentioned as a former winner here at Daytona puts you on a list with some drivers that these guys have admired since they were kids.
Greg Biffle won the Ray Bestis Rookie of the Year award in the NASCAR Busch Series in 2001. He started all 33 races that year and posted 5 wins. Casey Mears brings another well-known racing name to NASCAR.
Well, he brings some talent of his own also, but having an uncle with Indy wins certainly doesn't hurt your chances of getting a ride.
Gentlemen, start your engine.
As the engines fire up for the 2003 Daytona 500, we're going to give you guys a starting lineup. 43 cars in the field for the first time this season.
Now let's take a look at the starting lineup.
We know the front row. It was set up in qualifying. Greg Biffle, your Gatorade Duel 1 winner and pole sitter for today's race, followed by Dale Jr. starting outside pole on that front row. Ricky Rudd finished in second in his dual race, got to start third, and Sterling Marlin won his dual race to start fourth for today's Daytona 500. Ricky Craven and Mark Martin will make up row number 3 for today's race.
The fourth row has
row number 4, Jeff Green and Johnny Benson. Jeff Green, of course, had a pretty solid run with a different pit strategy in that dual race earlier today. Michael Waltrip led a lot of laps in his dual race. He'll be starting 9th with Kurt Busch starting on the outside, row number 5 in 10th. Robbie Gordon and Jerry Nadeau will be starting 11th and 12th back in row number 6.
Starting from row 7 will be
Steve Park, Dale Jarrett, row number 7.
In the 8th
Row number 8, Terry Labonte, followed by Kevin Harvick.
Goodrich Chevrolet.
Labonte ran that same pit strategy Jeff Green ran in dual race number 1. Didn't quite work out for him as well. He'll be starting mid-pack. Bill Elliott, Bobby Labonte. Labonte, the 2000 champ just a few years ago, making up the next row in row 9. Jeremy Mayfield and fellow rookie contender Jamie McMurray will be starting in row number 10. Brett Bodine, Elliott Sadler. Sadler making his debut in the number 38 car for the Daytona 500 today.
The 12th row has
With Joe Nemechek and Christian Fittipaldi making up row number 12.
Starting the race,
Mike Skinner, Kyle Petty back in row number 13.
Pontiac and the Georgia Pacific Dodge. In row 14, we
Kenny
have
Wallace
the
in last year's
Secretary
2002
Dodge.
Daytona 5 winner. Ward Burton will be starting
Starting from
28th.
row 15 will be the 27th
Row 15,
and the Target
another rookie,
Dodge.
Chase Montgomery, and another rookie in that same row, Casey
In the
Mears.
16th row,
David Green,
the
Jeff
David
Burton
Green
will make up
Pontiac
row
in the
16.
99 car. In the 17th row,
With Stanton Barrett and Ken Schrader starting 33rd and 34th.
In the 18th
Jack
row,
Sprague,
the Net Zero
Young
Pontiac
gun
and
Jimmy
Chevrolet.
Johnson back in the 36th starting position for today's race as well.
Starting
In
the
row
race from
19, it's Tony
19
Stewart and
are
Hermie
the
Sadler.
Home
Remember,
Depot
Stewart
Chevrolet
blew an engine in the dual
car.
race. And he'll have to start at the back today. Rusty Wallace and Kevin LePage will be starting back in row 20. Wallace also blew an engine in that dual race.
Starting the race
Jeff
from row
Gordon,
21
Ryan
will be
Newman.
the DuPont Chevrolet and the
Two
12
very
car.
good drivers will be starting back in the 21st row. And last but not least,
And
Matt
finally, starting
Kenseth.
from the rear of the field will be
Possible
17
championship
car.
threat will be starting from last place in today's Daytona 500. Anthony Hanley, called 88. Welcome to the stream as well. So here we go here in this one. The 2003 Daytona 500 is underway on NASCAR Thunder 2004 as Greg Biffle will lead the field to the green. Who will win after 500 miles of action here tonight? And get the bragging rights not only for that Harley J. Earl Trophy. Don't forget, points leader at the end of this opening race as well. Dale Jr. off of turn 2. He wants to lead lap 1. Getting help from Sterling Marlin pretty quickly. Dale Jr. really took off. He's going to be one of the favorites in today's race. He knows how to get around these super speedway racetracks, but it's Sterling Marlin. Looking to the inside, two-time Daytona 500 winner. Back in 94 and 95. Opening lap of the race sees Marlin going to the inside of Dale Earnhardt Jr., but Jr. leads lap 1 here at Daytona. Biffle all the way to the inside. That'll jump him up to second spot in front of Marlin and behind Jr.
Number 40 is coming high.
Biffle with a run of his own down to the inside of Dale Jr. once again.
Still there.
Got Ricky Rudd right behind him. Oh man, Biffle barely pulled up in front of Marlin off of turn 2. It's going to be a lot more congested in this race today than what you might have saw in that Gatorade dual race earlier today. That fielded only 22 and 23 cars in the respective races. Sorry, 22 and 21 cars rather in the respective races. A full 43 car field going to make it a lot more compact here in this one. But Dale Jr. leading the first 2 laps of the race from the second starting spot.
Let's see if we can lead this thing.
And Biffle in line right behind him. Biffle wants to get that lap led quickly to get those 5 bonus points as quick as he can. Bonus point not only for leading a lap, but leading the most laps. NASCAR Kid 21, welcome to the stream. Mark Martin starting back in row number 5. He's worked his way up to 3rd place already. 2 Roush Fenway Fords running in 2nd and 3rd with the rookie Biffle leading those 2. He keeps putting a block there on Biffle, and Biffle's not able to really get around him. But we'll see if Martin and Biffle can work together to maybe get around Dale Jr. Remember, it was a caution-free Gatorade duel, but half as many cars were fielded in that race. Biffle with a run to the inside of Junior. Just can't quite get there. The run stalled out. Junior gets a big pull off the exit of turn 4. Biffle trying to make sure he doesn't get away from him.
Leader's right there. He slips up. Make your move.
Big run. Junior could not block it that time. Going into turn 1, Greg Biffle to the lead.
Number 8 has got a run on you.
Mark Martin went to the inside right behind Biffle. The Roush Fenway Fords trying to work together. Biffle's definitely cleared off from turn number 2. Biffle's trying to lead his first lap of the 500 here on lap number 5. You can see two groups have kind of broken away from each other. Oh, Junior almost got the wall off of turn 4. Biffle will lead his first lap of the race at the line after Junior led the first 4 laps.
Now let's try to keep that lead.
Sterling Marlin looking to the inside, trying to maybe make it 3 wide for second place. But it's Mark Martin fending him off for now. Dale Jr. had a big run there in line behind Biffle. But remember those faster cars that started towards the back because there were respected issues in their dual races between Gordon, Newman, Kenseth, Stewart, Wallace, all at the rear. They're going to be ones to watch throughout the course of the race as well. Almost got to the outside of Biffle that time. That time Junior will get the run to the outside of Biffle. Biffle could not block him off there.
Still beside you. Still there.
Advantage on the bottom though in the center of the corner.
Okay, we're clear. The 6 car is right behind you.
Oh, Junior's in the wall up at turn 4, and so is Biffle. And Biffle gets down into Marlin as they got hooked together. Almost the big one at the front of the field. Oh my goodness. And somehow Biffle holds on to the lead there. Junior got in the wall off of turn 4. Biffle slid up the track also. Simultaneously as they both got in the wall. And after hitting the wall, Biffle bounced right into his teammate, Mark Martin. Sterling Marlin now finds his way up to second.
The 40 car is coming high. Got one outside.
Sterling Marlin now trying to lead his first lap of the race. There's Ricky Craven on the outside.
Clear on both sides.
Biffle's able to form in line though in between Marlin and Craven. Craven ran really well in that dual race. He was in the top 5 pretty much all race long, and he runs in the top 5 in the early going here today. Dale Jr. starting to fade back through the pack now. He got stuck in the middle lane, in the middle of 3 and 4. Lost a couple more spots. Now he finds himself in that outside lane, maybe trying to lead the charge up there. Biffle to the bottom with a run, but Marlin goes down to block him. Oh, Biffle tagged him going into turn 1. Marlin tried to pull on the block. Biffle didn't have any room. He had those left side tires already on the apron as it was.
He's looking to pass.
Biffle back to the lead again. Three by three through the field Down the back straightaway, now down to 2x2. Martin controlling the top and bottom lanes in the center of the corner. Ricky Rudd getting the run on the bottom. Jerry Nadeau is peeking himself into the top 5. A lot of comers and goers already in the race. Saw how important tires were at the end of that dual race earlier today when Biffle decided to take a 2-tire stop under the lone stop of that race. The rest of the field took 4. Got him a lot of track position for about 10 laps, but they ran him down for the final 3 to 4 laps of the race, and he had to block for his life with an ill-handling race car on those old left side tires. So probably going to see a lot of 4-tire stops in today's race as long as Biffle has the track position coming to the pit stop. Daytona's been known for having upset winners, of course. Again, last season in the Daytona 500, it was Ward Burton getting his win. Ward Burton's only got 5 career wins in the Winston Cup Series, but Dale Jarrett up towards the front for the first time, trying to lead his first lap of the race. Bill Elliott is in the top 5 all of a sudden. He ran up towards the front for the opening laps of the dual race, kind of faded back as the race started to carry on. Dale Jarrett gets a big run to the outside. Biffle finds himself in second place there. Outside and the inside seem pretty even with one another. Dale Jarrett, 3-time Daytona 500 winner, maybe trying to make it 4 here today. It's Greg Biffle. Biffle working down to the inside, gets right around him. Biffle build out that momentum all by himself into 1 and 2. Fanning out. Oh, Jarrett! A big block there on the 0-1 of Jerry Nadeau. Wide for second place. Nadeau got caught in the middle. Bill Elliott with a big run on the bottom by himself. Elliott now to the inside. Just got underneath Biffle, but Biffle got the run on the corner exit. Jarrett had a run, then he got a little loose off the turn 4. Couldn't complete the pass. Will he lead the lap at the line? Oh boy, that was close. I think Biffle had him though. Not by much, but I believe Biffle led the lap.
Still there. Still there. First place. Clear all around. Number 88, top 5. On your line. You're still there. Okay, we're clear. He's coming left.
Biffle, much like he did in the dual race, just kind of controlling the pace. And they led the most laps in that race. Michael Waltrip led a lot of laps at the very beginning of that one. Waltrip was able to start in the top 10 today, but he hasn't really been in the top 5 early on. But really one of the favorites coming up late. I would not be surprised to see Waltrip and Dale Jr. work together. Biffle and Waltrip worked well together for about the first 15 laps or so before Biffle took the lead. He dominated pretty much the rest of the race earlier. Biffle clocking Nadu all the way down to the yellow line. Here comes Mark Martin back into the mix again. Oh, Nadu's in the wall off of turn 4, and so is Biffle, much like the Dale Jr. and Greg Biffle situation earlier. Mark Martin to the lead. Roush Fenway's got 3 cars in the top 5 now. Martin, Biffle, Kurt Busch is up to right about 3rd or 4th places. Biffle did a great job keeping it off of Martin that time. So hard to control these cars on this game.
You're halfway on fuel.
Halfway on gas, about 20 laps in already. You can go just less than 40 laps on a full tank of fuel. As it's Mark Martin and Greg Biffle now. 1-2 with Martin leading laps. Biffle in second. All the way to the inside of Martin. They're side by side for the lead.
6 car is outside. On your line. He's still there.
16 proving why he has dominated all speedways. Long, there's contact. Martin's in the wall. Biffle got tight in the middle of 1 and 2. Oh my goodness, how did Biffle not end up in the wall after that? Oh boy. That's the second time Biffle and Martin have gotten together. And that'll bring Ricky Craven up to 2nd place. Pulls on a huge block on Kurt Busch off of turn number 4. Mark Martin, despite losing a couple spots after that contact with Biffle, he's still in the top 5 as 3 Roush Fenway cars find each other on the inside.
Number 97 is looking to pass.
Kurt Busch trying to move to the outside now in front of Craven. He's got a big run that Biffle was not able to block. Oh man, about came door to door. Big side drafting abilities going on there. Biffle still leads the lap. And he's able to clear Kurt Busch on the exit of the trial.
5. All clear, buddy.
Thanks for flipping it back and forth on commercials there, Tyler.
Number 6. All over your back bumper.
Sorry, that's Tim that made that comment, not Tyler. My bad on that. Really tough to read the comment section with this game. I'm having a hard time just trying to keep it straight down the straightaways. Dude, with another big run on the inside. Bobby Labonte's worked his way into the top 5. Got a handful of different leaders already in the race today. Nadu almost got to the outside of Biffle off of turn 4. We've seen our first pit stops of the race here in about another 15 laps or so. Caution free up to this point. 25 laps now complete. In the Daytona 500. Like quite a big gap there out in front of the field going into turn 1 as they slowly start to even back up in the draft now down the back straightaway. '16 car came to work here. Start of this race. Look at Labonte finding a hole on the outside. Got a big run in line behind Biffle. Nadu didn't give Biffle a lot of room, but Jerry Nadu able to get there. Look at Jimmy Johnson. Johnson started in 36, and he is up to 3rd place. You have to assume he's got a really fast race car for him to be making moves that quickly before the first pit stops even, to work himself from 36 up towards the front of the field. And now Biffle and Nadu side by side off the turn 2 down the back straightaway. Casey Mears into the top 5. He started right around 30th also.
Still there. 8 days. You're at the point. Your right front's wearing down. Keep an eye on it.
Right front's getting a little warm there on Biffle's number 16. Oh, contact with Nadu.
Still beside you.
Biffle got a little loose. Nadu leads the lap.
Number 18 is looking right.
Outside starting to move along.
We got shuffled back to 3rd. Keep digging.
Biffle starting to lose some valuable ground now as they kind of train him, and as the run carries on and he's on a little bit older tires. You see the difference there is Jimmy Johnson, meanwhile, going for the lead now on Jerry Nadu.
The 18 car is outside. Number 18 is still there. Be patient.
Johnson trying to lead his first lap of the race.
The 18 car is still there. You just lost 3rd. Okay, we're clear.
Labonte moved low. I think he tried to make a move on Nadu, and they're 3 wide for 2nd place.
Hold it steady.
Biffle moved to the inside of both of them.
Still there. Careful.
Labonte crowded Biffle on the entrance of the corner, gives him a little bit room now in the center.
Number 18 is still there.
Jimmy Johnson tries to get away.
We just lost a spot. We're 3rd.
Biffle hops in line in 3rd in between Labonte and Nadu. Oh! Labonte trying to make a block on Biffle, and he cut his nose off. There was a little bit of contact.
He's still there.
Biffle still gets around him. How did he keep that run and the momentum going? little bit of help from Casey Mears from behind, working with him in the draft. Johnson with a block all the way near the yellow line. He's not giving Biffle a lot of room. Biffle still squeezes his way on by into the lead in the center of 1 and 2. Great restrictor plate racing going on here in the very beginning of this one.
Don't push your fuel too far. Come on in when you're ready.
These guys can make it till around lap 40 on fuel. I think you're going to see Biffle quite stay out that long, but he'll probably come down to pit road right around lap 38 or 39. Oh, Labonte's in the wall off of turn 4. As that stacks up the field, I believe he got into Jimmy Johnson as we stay green. Casey Mears up to second place. Labonte hit the wall hard, got sideways, back down into Johnson, much like Biffle did with Martin earlier, but that stacked up the entire field behind him. How did they not wreck? As we stay green still. Now it just leaves Mears and Biffle way out ahead of the pack. Pit stop's looming here.
The 41 cars all over your back bumper.
Nadu's up to third, by the way. Labonte fell back to fourth. Johnson fell back to fifth and all that. They're about 4 seconds off the lead. That huge pack of cars is going to be faster than just the two of Biffle and Casey Mears, the two rookies leading the way in the season opener. Mears keeps trying to get around Biffle, too. He's not willing to sit back in second place. Mears wants to lead his first lap of the race if he can do so. Biffle's pulling Labonte. Sorry, not Labonte. Casey Mears off of turn 2 there. He's able to break that draft a little bit. Running a different line. Casey Mears keeps trying to work the top side with Biffle on the bottom. So we're starting to separate. And that, again, goes to show the speed in the 16 car. He's got a big run off of turn 4, though. He's trying to get that outside to work as much as he can. Ricky Craven leading that second pack. They're less than 3 seconds back all of a sudden. They'll likely get to these top 2 before pit stops in about 5 laps. Comes the field. You see him going 2 and 3 wide back there, but they are closing the gap on both Casey Mears and Greg Biffle. Mears drops to the inside as he may be pitting this time by. He's getting a big run on Biffle. Wow, Mears goes right in on Greg Biffle, but yes, Mears is coming to pit road, and there are a lot of cars coming to pit road back behind him even. Biffle's going to stay out as long as he can in case this becomes a fuel mileage race later on today. Craven,
Number
Tony
32 is
Stewart,
looking hot.
Steve Park. In the top 5 right now. They can block Stewart to the bottom. Stewart might be coming to pit road. There's a lot of guys running the bottom here, but
Your left front tire's a little worn.
Craven's not coming to pit road because he's all the way on the top. Stewart got to this inside. So Craven and Biffle still staying out here as far as the top portion of the field goes. Biffle just trying to lead as many laps as he can, too.
The 27
Have to watch all these drivers coming up out of the pits. Much slower than the car still on the racetrack, going
Cars coming out of the pits, buddy.
excess of 190 to 195 miles an hour at top speed at times.
Clear. The 25 cars down low.
All these guys going a lap down, hoping that we don't get a caution. And I will give Biffle drafting help if he decides to stay out longer. It looks like Ricky Craven's going to stay out at least another lap also.
Getting busy. Leaders are headed in. The 32 car is right behind you.
Craven pulls right up to the back bumper of Biffle once again.
Car inside. Clear. Car down low. Okay, we're clear. Coming up on cars exiting pit road.
Craven dropping to the bottom. He's likely going to pit this time.
The left rear's getting warm.
Kenseth on the top. Not sure if he's pitted yet or not, but we know Greg Biffle and Bobby Labonte coming to pit road. Ricky Craven coming to the pits.
Okay, we're back in second.
70 miles an hour is the pit road speed limit. Biffle easily gets down in time. Really outbroke the guys behind him, too. No adjustments. 4 fresh tires, full tank of fuel. He'll repair any damage he has to the race car. First pit stops of the race today.
Down on this end of pit road, it looks like routine service. They're changing 4 tires. The crew telling me it'll only be a 4-tire stop. They're also only going to put in 1.5 cans of fuel. So little strategy on this end of pit road. As he heads back,
16.4 second stop that time for Biffle. He's going to beat at least the guys that he pitted with off the pit road.
You're clear.
To see when these guys come out of the pits here in this pack behind him, when Greg Biffle can get up to speed, and we'll see if short pitting might have paid dividends there.
Number 12 is down low. That's the textbook pass there.
Well, these guys going a lap down on the bottom of the racetrack that stayed out a lot longer than everybody else. No, sorry, these are lead lap cars. So the last of the drivers to pit, they are 4th position that Biffle's getting around right now as he's up to second.
You're clear.
Greg Biffle will cycle to the lead. There's Matt Kenseth, who started dead last and 43rd for today's race.
Is inside. You're at the head of the pack.
Now the Roush Fenway Ford that finds himself up towards the front of the field one way or another. And that 16 crew had a really fast pit stop. It's the first pit stop of the race today. We'll have many more as the race carries forward. Got a 1.3 second lead there with Kenseth still holding on to second, Johnson in third. How about that? You got the guy that started 43rd, another guy that started 36th, running second and third in this race. Polsitter still out in front of Greg Biffle. He's led the most laps through the first almost quarter of the way home already. Almost the full length of that dual race into this race already. huge and hungry pack of cars, though, further back. And they're going to be getting a huge run on Biffle this time. We'll alternate through the different camera angles for the first time in the race here today over the next handful of laps. The different camera angles here in NASCAR Thunder 2004. Kenseth's got a big run on the outside of Biffle. Biffle not even going to pull up and block it. He's got a little bit of help from Johnson, who's staying in line on the inside. Biffle fighting the wheel on now the in-car cam. Going off into turn 1. Mark Martin, Kenseth. At times we have seen all 4 Roush Fenway Fords up towards the front. Oh, Kenseth hops in line behind Martin. That outside had a little bit of a run there. Down the back straightaway now, going off into turn 3. Kenseth drops down to the bottom behind Biffle in the center of the corner. Oh, might have been contact back behind us. Somebody might have gotten in the back of Mark Martin. Then he jammed Tony Stewart. Looking to lead laps in the 500. Up at turn 2, a huge run for Tony Stewart. He gets to the lead. Kenseth dives down in front of his teammate, Greg Biffle. Let's see if the Roush Fenway Fords can work together.
He's one of your friends out there.
Kenseth looking to get around Greg Biffle desperately.
Leader's right in front of you.
Kenseth again looks to the inside. Stewart pulls on the block as the top 3 have pulled away. Kenseth again looking to the bottom of Stewart, but Stewart shuts the door. We got a little tight in the center of 3 and 4 that time. Craven, Mark Martin just over a second off the lead now. Kenseth again looks to the inside. Biffle behind him again, though. He's got help. Stewart blocks him off again. Oh, huge run to the inside. Oh, there's contact as Kenseth kind of pinched Biffle down. I don't think Kenseth thought Biffle had that big of a run. He was going to get to the inside of him, but he didn't. Kenseth just ran right into the side of Biffle. Biffle keeps the momentum, clears him, but Tony Stewart gets out in the way there by just a little bit.
Work with the leader. Let's see if we can break away from the pack.
How's Tony Stewart and Biffle working together?
To us.
Trevor Grimes, welcome to the stream. Stuart Biffle just pulled way out ahead of the group.
He's working with you, so give him some room.
Tony Stewart leading all these laps right now. Greg Biffle's been trying to get around him for a couple laps now since Biffle's moved back into second place. What a big gap now in between the two. It's going to give Biffle one big run. Going off into turn 3 to the bottom of the track. Stewart trying to pull on the block. Biffle all the way down to the inside.
Number 20 is still there. Be patient.
Stewart gets tight.
Let's see if we can keep up.
Biffle clears him off in turn 4. Biffle got in the wall a little bit there. Still able to hold on. And another lead change. Greg Biffle back out in front in the Daytona 500 once again. Tony Stewart, Mark Martin. As the pack starting to close in there on Stewart and Biffle. Oh, they gang up on Stewart. Martin moves to the inside as he just completely drives around Stewart like he wasn't even there. Pulls up in front of him now. Ricky Rudd back in the mix again. Martin's got a huge run off of 4. Martin! Oh, what? Oh no! He got to the side of Biffle. There wasn't a lot of room there. And Martin was almost committed.
We're on lap 50.
Martin was almost committed to going up there too.
It's looking right.
There was just no room for him there. Biffle slid up slowly, but he didn't completely take his line away, but that almost could have been definitely catastrophic for the Roush Fenway Fords. For being teammates, so they've gotten into each other a couple times already today. Racing hard, everybody trying to get these bonus points. Martin has led a couple laps today. Biffle's definitely led the most laps up to this point, and that would be a 10 bonus point day for Biffle if he can clinch the most laps led as the race carries forward. Bill Jarrett back up here, and here's Michael Waltrip back in the top 5 for the first time since the opening laps. Quarter of the way home, that time of the line. 50 laps down, 150 still to go in the Daytona 500. Oh, look at Waltrip with a huge run to the inside, up in turn 2. Biffle got a little loose.
Still there.
Man, he almost got it in the wall, but not quite.
The 15 car is coming up.
Huge run. Oh, no, man. Biffle went down to block Waltrip. Waltrip, meanwhile, kept moving down and almost cut the front end of that 32 of Ricky Craven off. Biffle got tight off of turn 4. Waltrip almost got under him again. Now Daryl Jarrett with the run. Trying to take his second lead of the race. Biffle led the lap at the line, but now Martin, Biffle's teammate, moves to the inside behind him. Ricky Rudd, Daryl Jarrett, Mark Martin, a lot of the older veterans at the front of the field. Biffle trying to side draft Ricky Rudd. Now Rudd tries to make a move to the inside himself. Underneath of Dale Jarrett. Jarrett kind of holds him off for now. Biffle drops back to about 3rd place.
Number 15 is looking right.
Rudd's got a run to the inside of Jarrett. Can he get under him as Jarrett leads the lap at the line?
Stay on his back bumper. The 15 car is outside.
And as this race wears on, these guys just get more and more comfortable with the handling of their cars. They know what they can get out of their car. Waltrip made a great move for 3rd on the outside of Biffle there. Now it's Waltrip and Biffle trying to lead that outside lane.
The 6 car down low.
Stalled out for him. Jarrett trying to protect both the inside and the bottom. Michael Waltrip making moves.
Clear.
Waltrip got a big run off of turn 2. He's got Rudd and Biffle behind him, following him now. And to get to the inside of Dale Jarrett. Will Jarrett pull the block on again? No, he can't even pull the block on. Michael Waltrip now going for the lead in the Daytona 500. He's got it off of turn number 4. Waltrip leads the 2003 Daytona 500. I don't know how Biffle didn't get in the wall up in turn 4. He was close. He didn't quite get into it, though. Oh, Biffle, the huge run to the inside through the tri-oval. 3 wide for second place.
3 wide.
As Waltrip leads the field, he's getting quite a ways out ahead of the leaders. Biffle up to second. Waltrip had a strong car out in front in that dual race earlier. But look at the run Biffle's got. Into turn 3, he looks low.
Hold your line. He's still there.
Pulls up, clears him off of turn 4.
Wants to get by you. All clear, buddy.
So many lead changes in the race already, and we still have all 43 cars on the lead lap as well. Means at this point, any single one of them can still win this thing. Knowing the unpredictability of this racetrack. Especially with the restrictor plate package. Jeff Green in the 1 now into the mix again.
The 15 car is looking to pass.
One thing I've noticed, the graphics on my laptop when I look over look a lot cleaner than what they do on my TV. If there wasn't a delay there, I would almost rather look off of that. Especially in the shaded area of the front stretch, it gets pretty difficult to see. Backstretch not so much, where it's a little brighter. And there goes Ricky Rudd down this back straightaway. Momentum started to fail him there at the end of the backstretch. These guys are about halfway on fuel for the second fuel run now. Still no caution at Daytona. Some pretty good racing. Not overly aggressive. Got called. We have not had a yellow yet today. Been a couple times we could have had one. Remember, Labonte got in the wall right before the pit stops. The first pit stop happened just over 20 laps ago. He got really sideways, ended up hitting Johnson. Biffle and Mears were able to just kind of drive away from it. We haven't seen Casey Mears really since the pit stops yet today either. Not sure how bad of a stop he might have had. That could have costed him some time.
Number 15 is going high.
DEI cars now lined up between Green and Waltrip.
Going outside.
Biffle started to give him the outside, and here comes Michael into turn 1. Oh, and now his teammate, Waltrip's teammate that is, Green, goes to the bottom. Biffle slides up the track. They're 3 wide for the lead.
We got
as they split Greg Biffle.
Don't worry about him a lot. He's feeling nice today.
Unbelievable. They just split Greg Biffle. Biffle gets another run down the back straightaway. He's all the way to the inside. Sharp angle into turn 3. Biffle tried to take it right back. Green clears Waltrip.
Still beside you. Be patient. Stay focused.
And now the 2 DEI cars
Okay.
trying to pull away, but the 2 Roush Fenway Fords now stuck behind him as Green leads his first lap of the race. Waltrip trying to look back to his inside again. That was a huge run. Biffle with a big run, barely squeaks underneath the 15 of Waltrip for second place, now in line behind Jeff Green.
He's looking to pass.
Green keeps pulling down right in front of Biffle, and he barely has enough room to do it every time. Oh, Biffle's all the way down. Oh, that was a bad move. Oh, man.
Got the lead.
Oh, that might not have been the wisest decision by Biffle. He couldn't hold the corner that deep. He got into the side of the one of Jeff Green. Here comes Tony Stewart with a big run to the outside, but Kenseth hangs him out to dry. Decides to follow his
17
teammate
car
instead.
is passing high.
Kenseth blocks off Stewart. Biffle goes up high to block off Kenseth. Jimmy Johnson back in the mix now in the top 5. Green lost a ton of spots after that contact.
Number 21 is right behind you.
Now, for as many times as we've seen contact at the front of the field, I am very surprised everybody's been able to hold on to the race cars. Contact might get a little bit more physical, though, as the race goes on. What a move by Rudd.
Lost the lead.
Comes right to the bottom. Martin follows.
You're clear.
Kenseth.
I guess a little respect.
Kenseth all the way to the inside. He's going to get below Martin. Biffle trying to work with his teammate. Where'd Martin's run come from? And now Martin to the inside. The 3 Roush Fenway Fords now trying to work together. Oh, Rudd all the way to the bottom. Right in front of Biffle. Biffle checked up slightly. Still keeps the run going. Kenseth shakes back and forth down the back straightaway. 1, 2, 3, Roush Fenway
21
Racing.
car is still there. Number 21 is looking high.
Martin, Kenseth, Biffle.
Clear all around.
Your right front tire's wearing down. Try another line or you won't last.
Biffle the big run to the inside of Kenseth.
The 17 car is still there.
Can't quite clear the 17 though.
Still there. Be patient.
Ducks in line right behind him.
He's taking it easy on you.
Kenseth's got a big run, though, on Mark Martin.
Okay.
Kenseth stays high. Biffle to the inside. Biffle takes the big run himself.
6 car is the leader.
Looks high off of turn 4.
You got the leader. Stay on his back bumper.
The 21 car is gaining on you. Number 21 is down low.
Martin Biffle. Hold the outside. Rudd
Still there.
kind of got into
Just lost a
Biffle.
spot. We're third. Still there. Make it
57 car is pulled off the track with an engine blown. We stay green. He'll find his way to pit road. Biffle to the inside of Martin for the lead. He had a run there for a moment, then it just kind of died off on him.
Car inside.
That's one. Oh, and Rudd gets into the side of Biffle off of turn number 4.
Clear.
No wrongdoing for Biffle there. Rudd just kind of slid up the track right into him.
Out there.
That allows Martin to buy himself a little time out there,
Don't
but
worry about him a lot. He's feeling nice
Biffle's
today.
starting to pull this pack right back up to him pretty soon here once again.
You gotta be low on fuel.
Biffle's got a big run. Biffle with a huge run.
Top 5.
Martin's not even going to risk blocking at that time. Biffle clears him easily in the center of 3 and 4.
Number 6, top 5. The 6 car is still there. Stay focused. You get the lead back.
Normally,
Notice
you
Waltrip's
see
had a really fast push car in today's race, too. He gets up behind somebody, he can usually get them to the lead more often than not. Now Waltrip looking for the lead himself going into turns 3 and 4. Oh, look at Biffle, 3 wide to the bottom. Waltrip's run kind of stalled out. Oh, man, he almost got the side of Martin. He started drifting up the track. Oh, he about did it again on Waltrip, but he barely clears him. Whew. These guys are racing out here.
Number 6, top 5.
Wow, Biffle, great drivability in the car. Barely able to get it to turn, but he can't clear Martin. That 6 car is very strong when he's out in front of the field.
Number 6 is still there. Make it easy.
Oh, no! They get together. Biffle tried to side draft his teammate.
You're clear.
They instead made contact. And Biffle's in the lead now going into turn 3. Martin gets hung out to dry now with Waltrip diving into second place underneath him. Quite a bit of lead changes over the last couple handful of laps also. 70 laps complete.
No one outside. Okay, we're back in second.
Don't worry about him a lot. He's feeling nice today.
Biffle's getting freight
No
trained.
signs.
I'd like to see him stay back there.
The 6
comes
car
Kevin
is
Harvick.
outside. Still beside you. Number 6 is still there.
Matt Kenseth just absolutely
Okay.
blew by
Spot.
the 15. There's more contact back there between Johnson and Biffle that time. DEI on the top, Roush Fenway on the bottom.
Don't let him by, but try not to hold him up either.
Hold it steady. 3 wide. You're clear.
It's amazing how these guys are just not content with staying in second place.
Carlo. The 17 car is still there. That pass was for position. Nice job.
Right rear's getting more. Keep an eye out. Keep an eye on your mirror.
Martin coming on the pit road.
Coming into pit.
Start of our second set of green flag pit stops today.
You're right there with the leader. Stay with him.
No problem there, Tim. Definitely, if I was going to do it this week, it was either going to be tomorrow afternoon before the Bristol race, or it was going to be today, but I knew we were going to have more time to get it in tonight. We got the dual race in early enough, so pretty cool. Pixelated, welcome to the stream. We have seen some good racing today, both in the dual race, but it has been even more contested in the Daytona 500. A lot of comers and goers already. Dale Jr., meanwhile, has found himself back in the top 4. DEI running first, second, and fourth. Biffle randomly in there. Quite a big gap, about another half second to go back to Harvick. Got a lot of guys coming out of the pits right now. Oh, wow, Junior all of a sudden to the inside of Biffle. They almost made contact. There was not a lot of room in between them. Let's just say that much. Oh, Nadu pulls up right in front of Waltrip to try and stay on the lead lap. Instead, that'll give Biffle the lead off the turn 4. And Nadu still goes a lap down. So double whammy there for Nadu. But he tried. We'll see if those 3 DEI cars can line up together now and work their way past Biffle. Now we will get the second race of this NASCAR Thunder 04 season underway. I'm not sure if it's going to be tomorrow or on Sunday, though, but we will get another race out this weekend before I go back to work on Monday. Just depends on what time I can get off the course tomorrow, with knowing that I got to get that predictions video out for the Bristol night race, and then obviously the race itself coming on later tomorrow night. 75 laps complete at the line this time. The length of the Budweiser shootout is now in. So here we go. Ooh, wall trip. Oh, man, Biffle about got hooked. He tried to block him.
Okay, we're clear.
Biffle about got turned. Biffle and the rest of the field gonna stay out. It looks like at least another lap. Biffle will be coming to pit road this next time. We'll run it one lap longer than he did on the first green flag run.
Clear all around.
Wall trip side by side for second. We haven't seen Harvick up towards the front a lot. Bobby Labonte's up here.
Best place for him is in your rear view.
Well, this is going to get interesting. We got a lot of lap cars to the inside, running much slower. Biffle starts the corner on the outside, jumps now all the way down to the bottom. Biffle's got to come to pit road this time. He likely won't be able to make it back around one more lap. It'll be a 4-tire stop for the 16 team. I'll make sure they don't speed onto pit road, and they didn't. Good job getting onto pit road. No adjustments. Gonna repair any damage you might have on the race car. Yeah, Pixelated. I am driving Biffle's car for this season. I'll leave it up to you guys for season 2, who we might end up using. But I wanted to use Biffle. He's my favorite driver growing up as a kid. I was a Roush Fenway guy, but he was always my favorite. Always loved his Subway paint scheme there back in the mid-2000s.
You're clear. Step on it.
Green flag back in the air. Here we go.
couple top 5 cars are on their way into the pit.
What an upset it would be for a rookie Greg Biffle to win the Daytona 500. He's led the most laps already today in the first half of the race. He won the Gatorade Duel and he qualified on the pole. And one heck of a start to the Speed Weeks. It wouldn't be surprising necessarily that he would win, but for him to win in his first career 500, that would really be something else. The year 2003. Start the season off with a bang before we go off to Atlanta for race number 2. Biffle's team had a really fast first stop, and that second stop is really fast too. Top 3 are on pit road here. They took it about a lap longer than Biffle, so I'll cycle through as the leader. Right here, it'll officially be a lead change next time by at the start-finish line, though. Tony Stewart only a little less than a second behind Biffle. Trying to lead that pack right back up to him again. There's the top 3 running 1, 2, 3 on the apron, trying to get up to speed here.
Got one down left.
Ryan Newman started way back in that 42nd position.
You're clear.
Likely going to find himself in the top 10 when he cycles into line and gets up to speed by the end of the lap. Tony Stewart, Dale Jarrett right there, who will lead this next lap for the official lead change at the line. Oh, Biffle in the wall off of turn number 4.
Stay focused. You get the lead back. All clear, buddy.
And that'll actually give Dale Jarrett the lead at the line. So it looked like Biffle was going to lead for that official lead change. Instead, it was Dale Jarrett after Biffle's mistake off of turn 4. Gets right to the back bumper of a fellow Ford driver there for Roush. Sorry, not Roush Yates, but Robert Yates Racing. How great would it be for Dale Jarrett to win his 4th career Daytona 500 here today? Mentioned that earlier the first time he took the lead, but finds himself back out in front once again. For the big run.
88 car is outside. You're the man, buddy. Leading the race. Okay.
And out of the lead goes Greg Biffle into turn 1. Work with Jarrett to get him out in front there. Biffle to the lead. Whoever takes him. I think Biffle might be a little bit more lenient to run in line and kind of really try to break away from the draft, but he really wants to lead the most laps here first. Not sure if he's going to be a title contender by the end of the year necessarily, but he is battling for that Rookie of the Year. A lot of strong rookies coming into the season. Casey Mears, Jamie McMurray.
Number 88 is up
Biffle
high.
leads the lap, another lead change. Jarrett with another run on the top.
The 88 car is still there. Number 88 is still there. Okay, we're back inside.
Martin tried to stick it out with his teammate there, but Tony Stewart, he was giving Dale Jarrett one heck of a shot.
Number 6 is looking low.
Martin started to follow
The 6 car is down low.
his teammate Biffle there. Biffle went high to draft for Tony
Number
Stewart.
6 is still there.
He's one of your friends.
There's nobody right around Martin to kind of help him out. Waltrip's about a half a second behind Martin in 5th. Biffle's shown he's been a good draft partner throughout the course of the day today. Tony looks low off of turn 4. Biffle's coming up strong from behind.
We're right there.
Remember, Tony Stewart started back in the field after blowing an engine in that dual race earlier today. 3 laps to go at the line, battling for the lead, side by side for second, right behind Biffle and Rudd. And
You're clear. The 6 car has got a run on you.
it was a tough break, but he's worked his way towards the front eventually here today. The one nice thing with it being Daytona, it's a lot easier to work your way from the back to the front here than almost any other racetrack. Tony looks back to the inside.
Number 20 is
To get a draft off of Dale Jarrett. Mark Martin jumps in line behind Biffle.
The 20 car is
He's not going to be able to clear Stewart, though, on corner exit.
Number 20 is still there. Keep digging. We just lost a spot.
Finds himself in line, though, between Stewart and Martin. And Waltrip is close to the back bumper of Mark Martin once again. Dale Jarrett's got a really strong car in that number 88 machine.
Number 6 is right behind you.
Leader's right there. He slips up. Make your move.
Tony looking low. But Jarrett holds him off again. Waltrip now will get by Mark Martin for 4th. Waltrip's been a good car when he gets in line behind somebody. We'll see if he can maybe give Biffle a shot. Get up there, maybe Waltrip will work himself up ahead of where Biffle's at on the racetrack right now. Oh, Jarrett with a big block there on Tony Stewart. And that's one thing, too. Biffle can't even get around Stewart to maybe even get a shot at Dale Jarrett. He gets to the inside of him, but he can't clear him. Give himself the run. Quite a big gap, though, in between Tony and Biffle this time. Biffle's going to be tough to hold off, but the run's going to stall out by the time they get down into turn 1. Oh, there's contact! Stewart's in the wall! He tried to block Biffle again. Biffle never got out of the gas. Tony Stewart made contact off the front bumper of Biffle's car. Stewart in the wall. We stay green. He keeps it straight. Blocking gone wrong going into turn 1 there. Stewart blew an engine in last year's Daytona 500.
Caught the leader. Be patient with
Jarrett leads another lap, but here comes Biffle right back to the inside. Stewart only lost 2 spots there. He's back to 4th. And Biffle back out in front again. Waltrip up to 3rd now. Trying to lead that second group up here. We're at lap 90, almost halfway home in the Daytona 500 here tonight.
Coming high. Number 88 is outside.
Still caution free. Unbelievable.
We're clear.
Martin and Stewart and the rest of the field back behind and finally caught the top two of Jarrett and Biffle. Martin making a move now for second place. He's got a big run. On the track, Stewart goes high behind Jarrett. And nobody to help Martin for the meantime down the back straightaways. The two cars on the outside take control. And even Stewart was able to clear Martin there. Stewart's got Waltrip behind him, and they're working together on the outside. Jarrett sees that. He goes high. Stewart to the bottom now. Taking that big run he got from Michael on the outside. Jarrett with a big run, and guess who? Michael Waltrip giving him the shot. Waltrip almost was able to clear Biffle, but not quite. Biffle really drove it off there.
The 15 car is still there.
Now Biffle can't clear Waltrip.
Still beside you. Number 15 is still there.
Now he does.
Keep digging. Okay, we're clear.
Jarrett decides to give Biffle enough room into turn one. Biffle had the run. Stewart now drops in line behind Biffle.
Clear. Number 20 is looking low.
There's a huge pack of about 15 cars, or maybe even more. Kind of battling it out for the lead. Oh, Stewart trying to block Biffle again. That went wrong into turn one earlier. Almost went wrong into turn three. Biffle kind of going back up the track to side. Oh no! Jarrett tried to squeeze into a hole that wasn't there. Kept it off the wall, but he got into Biffle.
Going inside.
Jarrett looks to the inside of Biffle now.
Still beside you.
Ooh, he couldn't clear him. He tried. Biffle pulled him back at the side draft. Now he's in line behind Stewart. Big run by Greg Biffle.
20 car is the leader.
Stewart looks low to block again. At the line. Deep into turn three goes Biffle. He lifted a little bit. But that was when he was already driving flat off hitting turn three.
Still there.
He's taking it easy on you. If there's anyone else, he'd be blocking.
Clear.
Leader's right in front of you.
The 20 car up high. Number 20 is still there. Number 32 is looking to pass. The 20 car is still there. Number 20 is still there. Take it easy. Okay, we're back in second.
Outside starting to train right back around Biffle again.
All clear, buddy.
Ryan Newman up to third. Ricky Craven second.
Number 88 is up high. You're clear.
Biffle doesn't even know who to work with at this point.
The 88 car is coming up quick. Number 12
Oh,
is
man.
still there. Keep digging. Contact with the 12 car.
More contact
Number 12
between Newman
is
and
still
Biffle.
there. Be patient. The 12 car is still there. Okay, back to 4th. Clear all around.
Bowser, welcome to the stream.
You've got the leader. Stay on his back bumper.
Far high. Clear on both sides.
Craven finds his way back in line on the outside. Biffle finds himself back in 5th.
Got one outside.
Oh, he had a big run back to the inside, but he's got nobody in front of him.
The 32 car is still there.
Can't quite clear Craven.
Still there. The 15 car wants to get by you. Hold your line. You're still there. Keep digging.
Lap 100. Keep going.
Number 32 is still there. Careful. The 32 car is still there. Nice pass. Okay, we're clear. Far high. Hold your line. You're still there.
Top 3 have really pulled
Still
away
there. Be patient. Hey, that's
from where
not enough
Biffle,
spot. Keep digging.
Craven, Jared are at. Rusty Wallace in the mix now. He started right back around 40th.
The leaders are about a second and a half ahead. Halfway to the checkered flag. Keep doing what you're doing. Right where we need to be.
Car high. Everything okay with the car? You're clear.
Martin and Biffle now link up down the back straightaway. By the way, we are halfway home, just past halfway at the line this time.
If he wasn't so friendly, he'd be
Looks like
fine.
Biffle's been having a harder time trying to stay out in front of the field. So we got closer and closer to the second half of this race from where we were in the first half.
The 2 car has got a run on you.
The leader's got you by 2 seconds.
Martin and Biffle linked up right now trying to see if they can catch the top 3, but they're staying pretty well organized up at the front of the field between the 3 of them. Rusty Wallace in there trying to hop in line along with Biffle and Martin. Guys are trying desperately
The
to
88 car is
pull
gaining on
up to those guys. They're just not able to do it, but the pit stops will be coming up soon here, and that's really going to be a big decision maker on whether or not these guys can actually stick with them or not.
Your right front tire
getting really worn out on Biffle's car. Jarrett might have brushed the wall off before. If he did, it wasn't much. Just enough to lose an extra spot on the inside to Sterling Marlin in the 40. And I think Bobby Labonte might have gotten around him as well. In the 18 Interstate Batteries Pontiac. Catching up to these guys, slowly but surely. They've gotten to racing with each other. I think there's a lap car right around him too, if I'm not mistaken. It might be Mike Skinner in the 4 car. No, it isn't. It's Kenza from the lead lap up there. But there is a lap car holding these guys up. That is for sure, as Tony Stewart leads the race. Oh, Martin and Newman about got into one another. Here comes Marlin now on the outside.
Still there.
Well, the second group caught the top 3. Martin got tight off into turn 1. He drifted up the track. Biffle couldn't get out of the gas in time. I believe that's David Green in the 37 holding these guys up.
Just lost third. Clear on both sides.
Newman's got to find a way to get around this lap car of David Green as quickly as he can. Unless he's trying to use David Green to catch right back up in the draft of these guys, that's very well possible.
Number 12, come high.
I don't know how that's going to work.
The 12 car is still there. The 6 car is all over your back bumper. Number 12 is still there. Make it easy.
Alden, welcome back.
Careful, you're getting low on fuel.
The 12 car is still there. Drop back to 4.
boy.
All around.
Oh no, they tagged him!
Next time he ain't gonna let you by so easy.
Biffle got into the back of Ryan Newman.
He's not too happy with me.
Oh, he lost a ton of time there. Almost had the big one. And a ton of time lost. Biffle got in the wall hard.
Number 97 is outside.
Got in the back of Newman, getting
The 97
into
car is still there.
turn number 3. Shifted him straight up into the wall. He now drops outside of the top 10. He's back to 11.
We're off the pace. Everything okay?
How heavily damaged is the right side of the car? You'd have to imagine that might have knocked some speed out of it.
Don't let him by, but try not to hold him up either. Just 6 seconds separates you and the leader.
The 25 car.
Cars were pitting a little early there. Green flag pit stops are coming up.
Okay.
Actually, they're going on right now. Biffle will be pitting here in a couple laps, too. In a race where we haven't had any cautions. I think it might be time to think for a little bit of pit strategy now that we're into the second half of the race and likely only 2 pit stops away from the checkered flag. The next one's coming up very soon.
Number 15 is coming up quick.
5 seconds off the lead. It's Greg Biffle back at 11. Got some strong DEI cars around him. Dale Jr., specifically Michael Waltrip, he's been up at the front more often than Earnhardt has been. And here's Jeff Gordon, slowly driven his way up through the field as they're 3 wide behind Biffle for position for 12th.
We don't want him getting beside us.
Harvick into this little bit of a mix right now.
Leaders put about 5 seconds on him.
And Biffle lost about a half a second that lap with him being the lead car in this group.
Number 29 is up by.
Try to keep him behind you.
The 29 car is coming right.
Oh, Harvick gets into the side of Biffle. Not sure what that was all about, but Harvick was upset with Biffle for something there. Those two haven't seen each other all day. Perhaps a feud carrying over from the Busch Series last season.
Right rear's getting worn. Take it easy.
That
out
run-in
there.
they had with each other at
Best
Bristol.
place for him is in your rear view mirror.
The 8 car is outside.
They've slowed each other down quite a bit more also.
You need fuel. Keep an eye on your mirror. He's not too happy with it.
Number 29 is gaining on you.
I think Biffle wants to keep Harvick behind him after that little run-in.
We got some cars headed down pit road.
And some more of the leaders are coming into the pits this time. Biffle's going to stay out, try to take it as long as he can before this next stop. Should be able to take at least another 2 to 3 laps.
You're 8 seconds behind the leader. Stay smooth. We'll get there. If you let him by, he's going to make things tough on you.
The 10 car is inside. Clear on both sides. Car high. Clear.
Easy, buddy. That left front tire's seen some action. I'd like to see him stay back there.
The 8 car is looking right. Number 15 is outside. Clear on both sides.
Biffle's now about 8 seconds off the lead.
The 29 car is up high.
Don't let him by, but try not to hold him up either.
You're clear.
He's worked his way back up to 7th. At least a few of the cars pitting up ahead of him. Another car has blown his engine. That was Kyle Petty in the 45. Very tough break there for Kyle Petty.
Keep an eye on your mirror.
Just going to save a little bit more gas in line here behind Robbie
Keep
Gordon.
digging. You still need to pick up about 8 seconds off the leader.
Waltrip stayed out of the pits another lap there. So Biffle's going to stay out one more lap after this one.
I'd like to see him stay back there.
Oh, Johnson
Car is outside.
blocked off Robbie Gordon, and Biffle got right into the back of Gordon.
Still there.
Oh, contact! Biffle got tight. Into the
Still
side
there.
of Gordon.
Number 31 is gaining on you.
He's got to clear it now. Biffle just less than 5 seconds off the lead now with the guys that have pit, but Greg Biffle will be coming to pit road this time. This race has now turned into kind of a pit strategy race. Up to this point, Biffle's going to need a quick stop. He's had some quick stops already today on 4-tire stops, but he's likely going to try a right side tire only pit stop here this time to save
Might be
some of that
for a
time
new
that he
rear
lost.
tire.
That
We
contact
don't
with
want
Ryan
him getting
Newman.
beside us.
Biffle breaking a little late here, coming to pit road.
Okay, back to 4th.
Just got to make sure he doesn't speed.
Clear.
Did a great job. He didn't speed.
On the pit road. We're not quite sure yet if this is a scheduled or an unscheduled stop. stop as he makes his way painfully slow down the pit lane.
There'll be a right side tire stop only for Greg Biffle.
And now the crew begins their work down on the far end of pit road. They're going to go around, change 2 tires. The crew telling me 2 tires.
Looks like a clean stop for the 16 team.
This should be a fairly quick stop.
11.6.
Wow, and now that
So
was a
he
good stop.
probably saved about 5 seconds in the mix of all that.
Back out on the racetrack.
He's currently in
Get
5th.
back on the track. You're
Top
clear.
4 have not pit yet. Biffle coming back out onto the racetrack. Trying to come out in front of those guys that took 4 tires. Biffle drifts up the track now. He sees them coming. Biffle just now getting 4th gear off of turn 2. He's still in front of him. Well, these guys are lap cars though. Jack Sprague, Stanton Barrett back here. There's Sterling Marlin. We know he's on the lead lap. Not sure if Sprague and Barrett are on the lead lap. They could be, but I don't think they are.
Got one outside.
Biffle's still trying to get up to speed, and now they get around him, so they aren't 4 position.
All clear, buddy.
Both a lap down.
Got one eye.
Cars coming up out of the pits up ahead here. Ryan Newman,
You're clear.
Try to keep him behind.
Ricky Rudd,
You've got 3rd. 2 to go.
race leader still has not yet hit pit road for his 3rd stop of the race. We are still caution-free, ladies and gentlemen. All over the back of Jack Sprague in the 0. Another rookie, might I add, on this very season. See the rookie stripes on both Biffle and Sprague's car, indicating that they are rookies. The yellow paint on the back bumper. Evan Harvick is the leader.
Busy. The leaders are headed in.
Swap out.
Pull to the inside of Sprague.
Hold your line.
Getting
Still
a
there.
couple runs on him there, and he didn't want to pass him, but Sprague was kind of checking up
Still
quite a
there.
bit.
Clear on both sides.
Ducks in line right behind him.
40. He's looking to pass.
Sterling Marlin looking low all of a sudden.
Swap
Go
out.
back to the inside of Sprague again. He's got help from behind from Marlin, who is on the lead lap. Harvick, by the way, is on pit road as we speak. 81 laps to go this time by, oh boy, Biffle barely cleared Marlin off of turn 4. Not going to be an official lead change until next time at the line once Harvick comes out of the pits. Pit strategy did get Biffle back in front of the
You got
field
a
here.
good run going. Keep it up.
Okay, we're clear.
With those 2 older left side tires, how is that going to work out for him? Oh, he got in the wall down the back straightaway. It's probably the least opportune time for sure on a high-speed portion of the racetrack. I mean, it's high speed all the way around the track, but especially down the straightaways, you don't want that to happen.
Looking left.
So we see really Jeff Burton up here battling for the lead. He's in the top 5. That is the 5th Roush Fenway Racing Ford Taurus. Rusty Walls, Dale Jarrett side by side for 2nd off of turn 2.
Number 2 is outside. Clear.
We likely only have 1 more pit stop left in the race today. 3 up to this point. At least 1 more, maybe 2 for some guys. It'll be interesting. definitely going to have to keep an eye on those left side tires over the course of the run. Doing a good job holding on in front of these guys for now. Seven people currently watching the race as we speak here on a Friday night. Season opener Daytona 500 NASCAR Thunder 2004. Season mode.
The 2 cars coming up quick.
He's had a pretty big run there for a moment. Up to the inside. Biffle is there holding back. I haven't seen Biffle lead this many laps consistently in a row in quite some time, but he's doing a good job on 2 older left side tires, and everybody else likely has 4 fresh tires. Good call on the pit strategy for the 16 team under that last stop to get the track position they needed.
The 6 cars.
Martin now going to get to the outside, and Martin
Still there. Number 6 is still there. Make it easy.
Martin did not clear Biffle though.
The 6 car is still there.
Now he does.
Stay focused.
With help from Dale Jarrett.
Number 2 is looking to pass.
Biffle pulls in line right behind both of them. Tries to stay with these guys. Martin holds on to the lead for now.
Let's see if we can break away.
Jarrett's had a fast car. He got blocked off. Biffle with another run back to the inside of Jarrett.
Hold your line.
Martin pulled down to help his teammate out.
You've got second.
Roush Fenway 1-2 once again. Top 3 really pulled away that last lap. I think Martin and Biffle have patched that friendship up from earlier in the race, and they got into each other a couple times, but still surprisingly caution-free up to this point with 75 laps to go. 74 this time by in the Daytona 500. Mark Martin, Greg Biffle pulling away from the field back behind him.
You're right there with the leader. Stay with him.
I think collectively, not sure if Biffle's necessarily led the most laps. Oh, man! Martin is blocking him all the way to that yellow line.
The 6 car.
Biffle couldn't go much lower. And they still made contact.
Number 6.
Martin wants to
still
protect the lead. We're at that point. It is the second half of the race.
there. Okay, we're clear.
Teammates or not, these two are wanting to lead here in the Daytona 500 desperately. And Biffle definitely had the run. He was there, but Martin was not letting him back up on the racetrack. Just so hard for Biffle to get that run on only 2 fresh tires versus Martin's 4. Another big run down into turn 1. This time Martin gives him a lot of room. I don't think Mark wanted to do that to him 2 laps in a row, and he got the run 2 laps in a row, especially when they're teammates with Greg Biffle back to the lead again. We're in the Daytona 500. Still competition to lead the most laps still, too. Whereas last year in the Daytona 500, we didn't have the big one until about 40 laps to go. 2002 Daytona 500. And we had another big run right at the end of the race. And the second to last restart with about 6 to go.
The 6 car wants to get by you.
Rusty Wallace leading the train of cars back to the bumper of Martin. Martin about put it in the wall off of turn 4. Gives Rusty the inside, and Rusty Wallace with a big run to the back bumper of Biffle, who leads another lap at the line. Rusty moves up to second place. This time Wallace has a run to the outside. Followed by Dale Jarrett. Martin still stays on the bottom there behind Biffle. Jarrett and Wallace move down in front of Biffle now into turn 3. Oh, Martin got in the wall off of turn 4. That'll give Jeff Burton 4th. Ricky Rudd back in the mix, trying to get around Martin for 5th.
Right there. Let's see if we can lead this thing.
Wallace and Jarrett started to get away from Biffle there for a quick moment. Biffle started to run him back down. And Wallace is actually kind of pulling away from Jarrett off the turn 2 himself there. Jarrett went to the outside. Yeah, they have definitely lost him now. We'll see if they get split apart from one another to see if this pack of cars can catch up. Remember, we saw Martin and Biffle do that on the last screen, or the last fuel run, I should say.
Number 21.
I mean, it's just incredible that we've gone 132 laps into the race at Daytona, nonetheless, in the 500 without a caution.
21 car, up high.
But to say it hasn't been intense would be wrong. Had some great moments all race long. We've got 8 people currently watching right now. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. We've got more daily NASCAR content on the channel. We've got full race, realistic NASCAR video game live streams
Number 21, top five.
on the daily as well.
You just lost third.
Large portion of the content. Realistic broadcast with these full race live streams, as mentioned. So Ricky Rudd has now moved himself into 3rd place. He wants to lead this pack. Biffle willing to stay in 2nd place, trying to make this almost like a tandem draft between the two of them. Work well together. See if they can catch up to the top 2, much like Martin and Biffle were able to do earlier. And at the time, it was 3 cars who had pulled away from them. Time, I believe it was Ryan Newman, Michael Waltrip, and Tony Stewart who were the 3 cars up ahead.
The 97
There are 3 Roush Fenway cars right here. 4 if you count Jeff Burton, even behind where Kurt Busch and Mark Martin are right now. So you got 4 Roush Fenway Fords running 5th through 7th. 4th through 7th, rather. The Ford, though, being driven by Ricky Rudd as well, not a Roush Fenway Ford.
Be careful, buddy. He's friendly now, but one good smack will change his mind real quick.
Ford nonetheless, and they are catching up to Dale Jarrett. Definitely working out for Biffle and Rudd. Half a second off the lead now. Burton's gotten back around Mark Martin for position, by the way. Dale Jarrett keeps running the top. Ricky Rudd's going to get right under him for second. Biffle just going to keep following Rudd. Why not? They're working well together. Rusty Wallace still leads, though. Rudd's got a big run on the bottom of the track. Wallace, though, comes down to block.
Still there. The 88 car is still there.
We don't want him getting beside us.
Still there. Be patient. Drop back to fourth.
Biffle back to fourth place again. Got right back on around him, and here comes Kurt Busch, Jeff Burton working together again. Oh boy, Dale Jarrett almost pulled down in front of Biffle and cut him off there.
Is coming line. The 88 car is still there.
I'd like to see him stay back there.
Okay.
Get Biffle on 2 old left side tires. He's still running well.
You should be about halfway on field. We're right there. Let's see if we can lead this thing. If you let him by, he's gonna make things tough on you.
Jarrett did not give Biffle a lot of room. Biffle back to the inside of Jarrett. Run kind of stalls out now.
Try to keep him behind you.
Number 12 has got a run on you.
Ryan Newman back into the mix.
We don't want him getting beside us.
Rudd back to the inside of Jarrett. They keep racing like that. That's going to allow second pack to close right back up on him again. See it slightly working too as Rusty Wallace closes in on a lap car up in front of him. Can't tell from this far back exactly who it might be, but
That's someone we can trust out
it was
there.
definitely a lap
I'd like
car
to see him stay back there.
in the picture up there.
You're right there with the leader. Stay with him.
Still only about 0.6 of a second off the lead. Biffle is trying his best right now to stay in Ricky Rudd's draft. I mean, there's barely a draft at all, but there's something.
Keep him behind you if you can.
Lap car definitely in the way of the top 3. Oh my goodness, they're 3 wide for the lead. No, not quite. Rudd gets blocked off by Dale Jarrett. Jarrett to the bottom of the track for the lead now.
Up high.
Biffle set to lead this second pack still, but they have lost the top 3. Much like earlier, 61 laps to go in the Great American Race.
Try to keep him behind you.
Got one outside. Hold your line. You're still there. Keep me. The 99 car is passing low. Still there.
A little bit of a side draft there and a little help from behind from Ryan
Number
Newman.
97 is still there.
Going to keep Kurt
You're behind
Busch
the line.
now behind.
Okay, we're clear.
Best place
Newman
for him
right
is in
behind
your rear
Biffle.
view
That is
mirror.
giving him a ton of speed here. That lap car is really costing these guys a lot of time up ahead as they close the gap once more.
You're only 1 second behind the leader.
Yeah, they're less than a second back again. Again, not sure who the lap car is yet, but I'm sure we'll find out here before long.
Keep him behind you if you can.
wants to get by you.
Oh no, Biffle on the wall off of turn 4.
Everything okay with the car?
All that momentum they were carrying stalled out immediately.
But try not to hold him up either.
Barely clipped Kurt Busch along the way. Oh, that's such a tough break. All that momentum lost. I got to get it back again. Biffle pulls in line behind Kurt Busch, saying, Kurt, we're teammates. We got to work together. And they were really just charging in there pretty good, and then that happened. Very unfortunate. Oh, man.
Try to keep him behind you.
I mean, Biffle's left side tires are over 60 laps old. They are very old. And that is definitely not helping the 16 car, whether it's down the straightaways or in the corners.
This is between you and the leaders, 2.5 seconds.
Number 6 is passing high.
Doesn't have a lot of help, though. He can't really pull ahead of these guys by himself, and Biffle's starting to reel him back in, but now Biffle's right front is getting a little worn. Here comes Martin to the outside.
The 6 car is still
And
there.
Newman.
Stay patient. We get back to the top 5.
Biffle's still in line behind Biffle. Newman and Biffle got together earlier.
Number 6 is outside. Still there. Be patient.
These guys are not far off the lead if they can just get
The
organized.
6 car is still there.
Don't worry about him.
Only 2.5 seconds back.
Still there. Careful.
Ryan Newman, who started back at 42nd, for him to be running up inside the top 5, he is up to 4th. That's a great day.
Number 15 is going
Even
on.
better if he can find his way to victory lane.
The 6 car is
Look
still
at this
there.
Rusty Wallace that got held up behind this lap car here.
Still beside you. Make it easy.
Finds himself in line between his two teammates, Kurt Busch, Mark Martin. Outside of the racetrack here. Martin tried to take a peek underneath Biffle off of turn 4. Didn't quite hold it down. Biffle the big run to the inside.
To pick it up about 2.5 seconds on the leader.
Keeps the run going out of the inside of Newman. 3 wide, Kurt Busch with a daring move to the outside going into turn 1. Oh my goodness. Hold your breath, ladies and gentlemen.
Both sides.
Biffle back up to 4th. Breaking up the two Penske cars of Wallace and Newman.
Got one down low.
Casey Mears coming out of the pits. These guys go high to miss.
Clear all around.
Just do it, Lando. Tomorrow I won't ask for more. Yeah, it depends how much time I've got tomorrow. Another 500-mile race. If I can't get it in tomorrow before the Bristol race, we'll just run NASCAR Heat 5 Xfinity and save it for Sunday. That is the 4-car Mike Skinner who got in the way. Oh, man, Wallace almost about got into him there. And now can Rusty Wallace and Greg Biffle work together to catch the top 2 up ahead.
It's looking to pass. Clear.
Not impossible by any means.
Number 4 is down low.
Skinner is trying to cross over on Greg
The
Biffle.
4 car is still there. Careful.
See, Wallace has the single car speed compared to Biffle.
3.5 seconds.
Biffle reeling them back in, though. Not letting Wallace get back away. It's a little harder for Biffle on those older tires. You can tell even on older tires, I mean, this 16 car just has speed. We've known that all speed weeks long that he's got speed.
All clear, buddy.
Yeah, it would likely be after the Packers game if I did it on Sunday, so you're probably looking right around 4:30. So yeah, it'll be somewhat earlier. It won't be early afternoon, but it'll.
Coming low.
it'll be early enough in the day. It'll definitely get done before 7. Trust me, I have to work on Monday, so I don't want to stay up any later than I have to either. Especially having that day off. So in the middle of green flag pit stops still.
Going inside.
Rusty Wallace on the bottom of the track. Rusty might be pitting this time.
Clear on both sides.
They're closing the gap slightly on the top 2. Again, assuming Wallace is going to come to pit road here.
Keep an eye out.
He might stay out. He will. So it looked like Wallace was going to pit. He decided to stay out instead.
This is between you and the leaders.
2.5 seconds
2.5
back.
seconds.
Back now. Remember, they were 3.5 seconds
Good
back.
things to say about you, lady.
Got one down low. Clear.
Yeah, Atlanta for this. We got a custom schedule season going for this first season. Then we'll do the normal 2003 schedule at NASCAR. Had in the Winston Cup Series back at the time, and that will be season 2. So I plan on doing 2 seasons in Thunder Up 4, and then I plan on doing, honestly, each EA Sports game all the way through from this point on. So kind of like a mini series going on the side of doing our normal NASCAR Heat stuff and our other stuff on the channel. Trying to give the channel a little bit more variety. Would be great for the long term, I would have to imagine.
Far inside.
You usually see him black here, but I guess you guys are friendly out there.
All clear.
Yeah, Rusty Wallace and Greg Biffle definitely been a great pairing right now here. Wallace earning the respect of, I should say, be the other way around. The youngster Greg Biffle earning the respect of veteran Rusty Wallace. Wallace ducks to the inside. We'll see if he'll pit this time. Last time we thought he was going to pit when he did that a few laps ago. We'll see if that'll be the case here.
There's some leaders coming in.
And it will be. So Rusty Wallace comes to pit road. 50 laps to go in the Daytona 500. Top 2 stay out of the pits.
Leaders running about
Ricky
2.5
Rudd
seconds
leads the
behind
race.
you. That car ain't running much longer. You need fuel.
He'll try to stay out of the pits as long as he can. It's less fuel he'll have to put in the car for the final stop, so we'll likely have one more stop after this. These guys cannot go 50 laps on fuel. He can only go 40 at max, so Biff will take it 39 laps once and 38 laps twice, so we'll have
The
to
15 car is outside.
see here as Michael Waltrip will not get around Biffle.
Third, keep digging. Okay, we're clear.
Became heavy draft partners in the duel. Seen it periodically in the 500 today. Maybe not as much as we originally thought we'd see after how they worked well together in the duel race earlier, but see them together now. Biffle stayed out of the pits. Biffle could save a little bit more gas here, but it looks like Michael Waltrip will likely be coming to pit road this time. Outside tire's getting very worn out on Biffle's 16. Biffle going to stay out one more lap, at least one more, maybe 2.
1.5 seconds off the leader, buddy.
Far inside. Clear.
Jeff Green, Jeff Gordon. Jeff's in line now behind Biffle. I don't think Biffle can
Number
get...
1 is passing high.
Yeah, Biffle's not going to quite get to that mark. Ricky Rudd going to come into the pits. Greg Biffle will take the lead at the line, another lap led. In the race for the Biff.
The 31 car is inside.
Less than 50 to go. We still don't know if anybody's clinched the most laps led. I don't believe anybody has.
Hold your line. You're still there. Make it easy. Clear.
But does have drafting help right now, so he's willing to stay out one more lap. He should be able to make it another lap around the racetrack.
Some of the leaders are coming in together.
Jeff Green coming into the pits there. I believe Jeff Gordon's still on the lead lap. It's another lap led for Biffle. And Biffle's getting that drafting help from Mark Martin out in front of him too. Biffle will be coming to pit road this time. Biffle with a big run, 3 wide to the bottom. Now side by side as Martin pulls up after he cleared the 4 of Mike Skinner. Biffle will clear Martin into turn 3, but it's not going to matter because Greg Biffle will be coming to pit road this time. So off of turn 4, second to last stop for Greg Biffle. It'll be a 4-tire stop for the 16 team of Biffle.
The crews are ready. This is what they've practiced all week for. No mistakes to be had if you want to have a chance to win here on pit road.
As the driver hits his mark, the crew goes to work on this car. They really need a good stop now. It looks like it's going to be fairly routine so far.
Biffle's had nothing but good stops all day today. 1 2-tire stop on the last one and 2 4-tire pit stops. 17.2 second stop. That's definitely his slowest so far today. Tough to tell exactly where that'll put him. No clue where the leaders are at least for the moment. With over 40 to go, this is definitely going to be it. Here comes Michael Waltrip on the top. I believe that's Waltrip. No, it is not Waltrip. It's Ernie Sadler in the 02. Dale Jarrett's definitely on the lead lap. That was a very quick pit stop for Greg Biffle's team. I mean, it was decent. It wasn't his quickest stop in the race, but it was still a pretty serviceable stop. Oh, and Labonte with a big run. Oh, there's contact. He just ran right into the side of Biffle. That wasn't for position, though. I don't believe so. No, it wasn't. Biffle working with Labonte now. It's definitely possible that we can find our way to victory lane today, Cole. Actually, Ryan Newman hit pit road. Harvick still stayed out. There's Newman. Biffle's up to second now. Biffle's really pulled ahead. The car's behind him after working with Bobby Labonte. I think he'd be okay with working with Labonte here for a little bit. Especially with Labonte being one of the faster cars that... technically a lap car, but... won't be a lap down once Harvick pits. Harvick's been going quite a long ways, and you wonder if Kevin Harvick might be able to actually make it on fuel on just one more pit stop.
Got one high.
Bonnie checked up big time through the tri-oval as Busch. Sorry, not Busch up. Greg Biffle's going to drive right around him. I said Busch because I was thinking of the NASCAR E5 Xfinity series we've been doing a lot of lately. That's the first time I've made that mistake all day today, though, so I give myself props. No call. We have not had a caution yet today. Don't rule it out, though, the later and later we get into the race, but surprisingly, no cautions up to this point. Won't be an official lead change until the next lap. Biffle's going to pass Harvick while Harvick was just coming out of his pit box, and there'll be an official lead change at the start-finish line here, and we'll have 40 to go when they cross the line this time by. Here comes Waltrip, Dale Jarrett, Rusty Wallace, all in the mix here late. Could be the contenders for the win. Gotta say, for all these guys, no more mistakes the rest of the race. Any little errors they've had so far, there's only 40 laps to go as Biffle takes the lead officially with the lead change there. Nobody's punched the most laps led yet. Biffle wants to be that guy to do it. He's going to try to lead as long as he can here without giving it up to try and clinch another 5 bonus points before maybe working together with somebody after that point. How about Jeremy Mayfield in the top 5? We haven't seen him up here all day. At number 19 for Ray Hebernham and his team. Oh, Wallace is in the wall off of turn number 4. Dale Jarrett up to second. Waltrip makes a move to the inside now, but he had to check up as it was.
We got some more bonus points headed our way.
So there it is. Greg Biffle just clinched the most laps led at the line with 39 to go. That is an extra 5 bonus points for Biffle. He will get 10 total for the day. Makes his move. He has been strong all day long. Dale Jr. just coming out of the pits. He'll go a lap down. He's had a rough day today. Kenseth Mears have really fallen off. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, they could be pitting for the final time today. The window is open to make it to the end of the race, so they might have been short pitting there, but that's a big risk if we get a caution late. 4 pit stops up to this point. Some have taken 5. If they are short pitting like they are now. Wallace with the run on the outside. Waltrip faded back in the middle. Bonnie's running stalled out now. There goes Dale Jarrett. Working with the 2 of Wallace. Jarrett can't quite clear Biffle though. And Waltrip now all of a sudden looks to the inside of Biffle. Oh, he almost drove into the side of the 16. Oh, and now the 16 of Biffle gets down into Waltrip. Jarrett goes for the lead. Bottom of the racetrack on Rusty Wallace.
Number 02 is still there.
Jeremy Mayfield and Hermie Sadler are a lap down. So is Bobby Labonte. So 3 lap cars are in the picture here.
Got one outside.
Oh, that was a big run there by Biffle.
He wasn't so friendly, he'd be blocking.
Jarrett takes the lead. Away from Wallace off the turn 4. He pulls up and clears it. Looks like Ricky Rudd's going to try to short pit now. Still caution free. 35 to go in the Daytona 500.
Coming high. All clear, buddy.
Biffle Waltrip trying to work that inside lane as much as they can. Biffle pulls up right in front. Jeremy Mayfield in line now behind Hermie Sadler. Car of Sadler trying to get back on the lead lap in case there's a caution. There was a big check up there off of turn 4 back behind Mayfield. Something happened to Waltrip. He's not in the top 5 anymore, and he's more than 2.5 seconds back of Biffle.
Got one eye. Clear.
Biffle's got no drafting help behind him. He's trying to keep up with the 3 cars ahead of him. 2 of which on the lead lap battling for the win. The presumable win, of course. Biffle's starting to lose him. Ryan Newman is 3 seconds back of the leaders in 4th. That's a long ways back for Biffle to drop and to try to work with another driver. So that is a tough break for Biffle at this point in the race. We're going to alternate through the different camera angles one final time in the race here today.
The leader in about 2 seconds ahead.
Biffle's now about 2 seconds off the lead. 32 to go. Just like that, Biffle with no drafting help is now 3.5 seconds off the lead from the top 2. And they're getting smaller and smaller out of his windshield. The next car behind him is Jeremy Mayfield still. Biffle's led the most laps today. Started on the pole. He won his Gatorade duel. What can he do here? $30 to go this time by.
We're just 4.5 seconds off the lead. Be patient.
Right on board the in-car cam. Up to the outside there in front of Jeremy Mayfield. Here comes Ryan Newman. Newman's definitely fast enough. He is on the lead lap. I think Biffle will be willing to give up the position to maybe draft with Ryan Newman. If he had the choice, he'd probably rather draft Newman than Mayfield, but Mayfield's going to work his way to the outside of Biffle off of turn 4 anyway.
Number 12 is
I don't think Biffle's really going to have a choice here. He's just going to draft with whoever he can draft with. He's about 5.5 seconds off the lead all of a sudden.
just lost third. Okay.
Newman just got around Biffle. Now Newman hops to the inside of Mayfield. Biffle trying to hang with these guys. Got stuck in line there behind Mayfield. This is the run that Biffle wants.
Just 6 seconds separates you and the leader.
They're 6 seconds off the lead. Newman and Biffle, can they run the top two down now as they are linked together once again? They gained about a half a second that last lap. Newman and Biffle gained a half a second. And if they do that lap by lap, they're going to catch these guys in about 10 laps. Got plenty of time to race each other out for the finish. Looks like Newman doesn't short pit here. He's all the way on the inside of the track. I think that might be a little bit worrying there for Biffle. He doesn't want his drafting partner to pit on him. Oh, no! Biffle drove it in, or sorry, Newman drove it in too deep.
All clear, buddy.
Newman got really loose off into turn 3. Biffle got into the back of him. That's going to check them up both.
Okay, time to go. The leader is about 6 seconds ahead.
Well, they were still even with the leaders even after that little bit of contact. I don't know what happened there. Newman just got loose and missed his entry. Might have drove it off a little too deep off into turn 3 on the inside. That could have been a possibility, but whatever the case was, he definitely washed up the racetrack right in front of Biffle. Biffle couldn't get out of the gas in time, but they stay connected and they keep it going regardless of the fact of what just happened there. Oh boy. Yeah, they can only make it roughly another 20 laps on fuel, so they're going to be about 5 to 6 laps short. Biffle is at least, and he stayed out a lot longer. The only driver that stayed out longer, 2 of them in fact, was Ryan Newman. He stayed out a couple laps longer. And Kevin Harvick. Harvick, he's going to be really close to the end. Whether or not he can make it. Run to the outside now. Not Biffle's preferred lane, but we'll do whatever it takes here. No, I did say Bush. My bad.
Come on, buddy. We're 6 seconds back. Let's get up there.
Biffle and Newman lost about 0.2 of a second that last lap running the outside. They got to move back down to the bottom. They don't move back down to the bottom. I don't think they're going to be able to catch these guys. Different is there was a train of cars on the outside rather than just 2. Man, Newman bottomed out there off of turn 4. He didn't get in the wall, but there were definitely some sparks. Yeah, they lost another 1/10 of a second that last lap. They are losing time on the outside. Catching up to the lap car up ahead here. I wonder if that's either Hermie Sadler or just another lap car that the leaders might have gotten around in the time that they were pulling ahead from Biffle and Newman. Greg Biffle does not want this to be the end of his race. They still lost about 7/10 of a second that last lap. Still catching this lap car because the lap car is by himself and a lot slower than what Newman and Biffle are. I wrecked someone to win the race. Guess we'll have to see. I wouldn't wreck him to win the race, but I would bump him to win the race. Especially it being the Daytona 500 and the fact we won the most laps. No, I wouldn't complete, spin them out and end their day. Especially knowing how easy it is even for these AI cars to DNF, that wouldn't be right. Give somebody a little bump and run coming off of 4 if I have to or something. It depends how they race me also. It'd be a little different, but I race others how they race you. So Newman and Biffle move back down to the bottom. Biffle was wanting Newman to go. Just 20 laps to go at the start-finish line this time by. 20 to go. Newman has moved down to the inside. Look at that. They moved to the inside. They gained a 1/10 of a second last lap. I think they can gain more than that, though. They did have Hermie Sadler right around them for the start of that lap. Here we go. We'll see how much time they can make up, because there is still one more stop left. Except for those guys that did already short pit. Remember, that almost worked out for Jeff Green in the dual race by short pitting. Ryan Newman again moves up to the outside. He turns 3 and 4. Again, not what Biffle wanted. He still gained a 1/10 of a second that last lap, but a lot of it is because they ran the inside for the first half of the lap before moving to the outside. But now Newman moves back to the inside in 1 and 2, so got to be figuring this out here. There he goes. The car coming onto pit road here. The lap cars, it was Brett Bodine in the 11.
Clean. Starting to gain his respect. Keep hitting those marks.
Gained another 2/10 of a second that last lap. It is Dale Jarrett leading the field, trying to win his 4th career Daytona 500 with Rusty Wallace in 2nd. 2 young guns, Ryan Newman, Greg Biffle, 3rd and 4th. Trying to work together to cut through the field. They ran the middle line through 1 and 2 there. They didn't really lose a lot of time. The middle line's all right. They just can't run up high near the wall. It is getting down to the wire. We still don't know if we're going to get a caution or not. Always a possibility when you come to Daytona, but with just 17 to go, we're still caution-free. Biffle and Newman gained 4/10 of a second that last lap now, so again, the bottom lane is working for these guys. Maybe Newman wanted to run the top to kind of maybe not catch him too soon. And conserving the car a little bit, conserving those tires. He's had quick pit stops all day long. Can he have one more that can maybe even propel him back out to the lead? They're 5 seconds off the lead coming on the pit road. I don't think they can. I don't think the 16 team can do that. Unless they took fuel only, which is honestly going to be a good possibility. Likely going to see a fuel only stop. And I mean a really short gas and go, just enough to get those last 5 to 6 laps. Last lap they gained 0.7 of a second. Newman and Biffle are coming. That car up on the outside down the back straightaway. Newman's getting kind of a big run on him there. Hopefully that lap car stays high and lets Newman and Biffle go. On the inside of the racetrack easily. He is going to. I believe that is Brett Bodine in the 11 again. The Hooters car, it is.
Still beside you.
They're letting those guys race. He knows that they're on the lead lap, and he was already a lap down before he pitted. Now he's 2 laps down. Oh, look at the time gain there. Newman and Biffle gained 1.1 seconds that last lap.
Number 19, down low.
It's getting interesting. Newman and Biffle keep chipping away. It is not over yet here in the Daytona 500. I mean, Newman won a lot of races last season in his rookie year, but to add on to it, winning a Daytona 500 again, that'd be awesome. For Greg Biffle, never gone to victory lane. At this point, making his first career Daytona 500 start today.
The leader's got you by 2 seconds.
Qualified on the pole, he won his dual race. He's led the most laps already in the Daytona 500 and has clinched that point in the race. Almost drove it off into 1 and 2, a little too deep again. A little tight in the center of the corner, but Biffle didn't get into him, and he stayed in the gas. He didn't check up quite that much that time. And they are cutting that deficit down more and more. It is about to be a 4-car race for the win in the Daytona 500 here before long. It is about to get good. It's been good periodically. It's been quiet as of late though, but it is about to get more intense here before long. Lap car's still coming out of the pits. These guys got to be careful here. This lap car's coming out of the pits.
They're on both sides.
And Jared and Wallace have not been nose to tail with Newman and Biffle catching each other. Newman and Biffle have hung with each other for quite a long time now. And now they get nose to tail. I think they realize that they have let Biffle and Newman back into it. Now they drift up to the outside off of turn 4, whether they got tight or still trying to block one another. Newman and Biffle chipped away again that last lap.
Only 1 second.
They're only 0.7 of a second off the lead. They are very close. And they've got a huge head of steam on both Dale Jarrett and Rusty Wallace. They're side by side for the lead. Jarrett on the bottom, Wallace on the top. Here comes Newman. Now Newman could work together with his teammate Wallace on the outside. It's not impossible. Here we go. Wallace all the way to the inside. Penske teammate Ryan Newman behind him. The Boilermaker trying to push him up to the front. Not quite. Oh, they're pulling Biffle. That's not what Biffle wanted. 3-car train. Oh, Newman checked up. Biffle up to second.
It's coming left.
Rusty Wallace drove late to come to pit road. That checked up Ryan Newman. Moves Biffle up to second. Can he get a run on Dale Jarrett? This is where we're really going to see who's got a faster single car.
Right rear's getting warm. Keep an
A
eye
car
out.
with single car speed, I should say, between Jarrett and Biffle.
Watch your fuel.
Just 10 to go this time by. Dale Jarrett might be coming to pit road this time. And he is. Greg Biffle to the lead again in the Daytona 500. Jarrett pits. Newman stays out. Newman Biffle can make it a little bit longer here. 10 laps to go. Biffle back in the lead. Another lead change. Newman starting to run him back down again.
Go ahead and get on by. He's not going to block.
Number 97 is inside. Okay, we're clear.
Oh boy.
Number 12.
Newman to the back bumper of Biffle now, going into turn 3. Newman looks high. Biffle washing up the track. He wants to block him. 9 to go. Oh, they've worked with each other to get each other to this point, but Biffle leads. I don't even think Newman's led a lap all day long. He started at the back. Newman looks low. Biffle down to block him. 8 laps to go at the line this time by. Greg Biffle is going to come into the pits this time. He's going to try to short pit just in case there's a yellow. Biffle for his final stop of the day.
Normally, you'd see him block right about now. The
It'll be a
leaders are
fuel-only stop
Clear all around.
for the 16 team of Greg Biffle. Fuel-only stop. Trying to get him off of pit road as quickly as they can. Can't mess this up either. They haven't made a mistake all day long on pit road, but right now, here we go, just over an 11-second stop. Greg Biffle coming out of the pits. He did clinch the most laps led already, so it was another deciding factor into that decision. He is in third. It is Kevin Harvick and Ryan Newman, the only 2 cars still on the track yet to pit. Not sure who is on the lead lap. We know Kenny Schrader right there in the 49 car's a lap down. I'll take a fuel only. He gained quite a bit of time there. And he's got a little bit of drafting help. Aiden Rowland, welcome to the stream. Will do, Aiden. Kenny Walsh, Joe Nemechek right around here too. They all not on the lead lap unless they haven't pit yet. Would be the only way. Greg Biffle's about 4 seconds ahead of where Dale Jarrett is at on the racetrack. Race leader onto pit road. That is likely Ryan Newman. Harvick has stayed out a couple laps longer than Newman the last couple times. Oh, contact! They tried to side draft. Kenny Walsh trying to hold him back there. He would have liked to have had some sort of lap cars in between him and the rest of the field back behind. But they're on fresher tires than what Biffle is, and that is making a difference here. Biffle taking that fuel-only stop, and now Ken Schrader's going to get around him. 6 laps to go. There's Newman.
I guess a little respect pays off. He's not blocking like usual.
You're inside.
Kevin Harvick still out on the racetrack. If he can make it long enough, it could win him the race.
Might be
He's
time
about
to
9
review
seconds ahead of
time.
Biffle. We've seen fuel mileage races at Daytona in the
The
past.
23 car is outside.
We see one here in the 500 today.
You're clear.
This Biffle got back around Kenny Wallace again. He's drafting well, though, with Ken Schrader, Joe Nemechek.
Just 5 to go.
2.5 seconds separates second from third. Harvick still on the track with 5 laps to go. In the Daytona 500, Biffle just got in the back of Kenny Wallace. Stalled him out. There's a big block there by Nemechek on not Kenny Wallace, I meant Kenny Schrader. But anyway, yeah. And Schrader got ran into from behind there for Biffle, so that likely checked him up a little bit more. They're coming to 4 laps to go this time. Harvick is still staying out of the pits. He might run that thing dry at this point. Why not?
All right, now get hungry. We need to eat up this 10-second gap.
This drafting help is definitely helping Greg Biffle. Plus, Dale Jarrett and Ricky Rudd keep swapping positions back and forth. That's costing them a ton of time. They're still 3 seconds back behind Biffle. Oh, Biffle's starting to lose Schrader, though. Down the back straightaway, he's going to reel him back in, luckily. Biffle almost lost Kenny Schrader. Nemechek pulled another block on him. Biffle went high that time, so he didn't run in the back of Schrader.
They're all around.
Oh, Biffle in the wall off of turn 4. Now he's going to lose him. That was a big mistake by Biffle that he didn't need to make. Oh no, now he's only 2 seconds ahead of Jarrett and no drafting help. Now Kenny Wallace will be the next car to catch him, and he is a lap down. That was a big mistake there by Biffle. There's 3 to go, and Kevin Harvick is still in the lead. He is not pitted yet. Biffle on older tires. Will Harvick pit this time? No, he won't. 2 laps to go in the Daytona 500 for Kevin Harvick. And Dale Jarrett, Ricky Rudd running down Biffle for second in case Harvick runs out of gas. Does Harvick have enough fuel to make it to the end?
Number 23. That's got to run on you.
2 more times around.
Wallace was looking to the outside. Jarrett decides to go low. He's going for himself here. Him and Rudd have fresher tires. Biffle needs to block these guys off to the finish. Jarrett looks high. Off of turn 2. Biffle up to block. That was a big slide by Biffle on the exit of the corner. Ricky Rudd now down to the bottom. Jarrett trying to win his 4th career Daytona 500 in the 88 car. He's led a decent amount of laps today, especially in the second half of the race, but it's Rudd now moving up to 3rd. And Rudd moves in front of Jarrett. Harvick stays out of the pits again. The white flag is in the air. 1 lap to go. Does Harvick have enough fuel to the end of the race? What a fuel mileage event here. We didn't think anybody could make it. He's got a 14-second lead. And if he's got drafting help, that could help him make it. He's down the back straightaway. Kevin Harvick is going into turn 3 with the lead. Ooh, Biffle barely able to hold off Kenny Wallace. Is Harvick gonna make it? He is! Unbelievable! Kevin Harvick wins the Daytona 500 on fumes. He was the only driver to make it on fuel the rest of the race, while Greg Biffle holds off Ricky Rudd and Dale Jarrett for 2nd place. A heartbreaker for Biffle. Unbelievable run by Kevin Harvick, who barely led any laps all day. But he wins the race on fuel mileage in a caution-free Daytona 500. Unbelievable. Definitely a little bit of a weird ending to the race, nonetheless. 47.334 was the fastest lap ran by Biffle today, but it was Kevin Harvick getting the win. 2 hours, 44 minutes. Total time on the race today. Harvick led just 16 laps all day long. Biffle led the most, leading 65 laps. 57 lead changes in this race, despite the fact there was no cautions. That's unbelievable. 182.301 miles an hour was the average speed of the race. And look at how many different drivers led laps. And take a look at your top 10. Kevin Harvick wins the 2003 Daytona 500. Greg Biffle second. Ricky Rudd in third. Dale Jarrett fourth. Rusty Wallace in fifth. Ryan Newman sixth. Michael Waltrip seventh. Kurt Busch in eighth. Mark Martin ninth. And Jeff Green rounds out the top 10. Look at all these guys just leading laps in the race, even further back in the field. Take a look to see how many drivers might have DNF'd in this one. Robbie Gordon, Sterling Marlin, Kyle Petty, Kevin LePage, Christian Fittipaldi, Jamie McMurray, and Ward Burton, your defending 500 winner, all DNF'd in the race today. So we actually had quite a few of them. 7 drivers failed to finish there. A couple guys finishing a couple laps down. And at the end of the race, only the top 20 finished on the lead lap in today's race. But it's Kevin Harvick on fuel mileage winning the season-opening Daytona 500. That is a big win. A near-perfect speed weeks for Greg Biffle. Second place is a heartbreaker in this race, that is for sure. Normally you'd say it's a good points day. He led the most laps, but to have that come down to that kind of a finish. Harvick was the only guy to make it on 4 pit stops the entire race. How he managed to save enough fuel on that last run is beyond the stretch of the imagination. But he made it nonetheless. And the next race will be at Atlanta. And if you guys aren't already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. We've got more daily NASCAR content, such as these full race NASCAR video game live streams with a realistic broadcast, as you guys saw here tonight. Kevin Harvick, your Daytona 500 winner here for this 2003 season on NASCAR Thunder 2004. Race 2 will be at Atlanta again this weekend. Not sure if it's going to be tomorrow or on Sunday. Depends how much time I have. If we don't run this race tomorrow, it'll be Sunday. And if we don't run this race tomorrow, we will run NASCAR Heat 5 tomorrow instead for the first race of the round of 8 for our NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs. So should be a lot of fun there. We'll have racing action no matter the video game, I guess, on the channel. We'll also have a predictions and post-race analysis video for the Bristol Night Race tomorrow for the final race of the round of 16 in real life for the playoffs. So also stay tuned for that one. So again, hit the subscribe button for more daily NASCAR content. Hit the like button down below if you enjoyed the race, the commentary, the video in general, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and have a good rest of your night.